meeting to order. It's a regular meeting of the Buckeye Board of Education. This is Tuesday, September 10th, and it is 7 o'clock p.m. Roll call, please.
Barco?
Here.
Gumbler?
Here.
Massey? Savarchi? Here. Stahl?
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The mission of the Buckeye Local Schools is to empower students to excel in a highly competitive society. The meeting agenda statement. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business, and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda. Approval of minutes. Recommend that the Buckeye Board of Education approve the minutes for the special and regular meetings of August 13th, 2019, and the special meeting of August 1st, 2019, and August 26th, 2019. A motion, please?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or comments about the minutes? Roll call.
Massey?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Savarchi? Stahl?
Yes.
Gumbler?
Yes. Recommendation statement. Following are recommendations that have been identified for approval as part of the consent agenda for this meeting. If a board member wishes to remove any item from this agenda for further discussion prior to taking action, please let either the superintendent or board president know. Approval of consent agenda. We do have a couple of changes.
Personnel. I didn't see the number.
Under personnel, item C has now become E, and then renumbering, yes. Okay, so recommend that the Buckeye Board of Education approve the amended consent agenda of September 10th, 2019 as presented. A motion, please. Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Savarchi? Stahl?
Yes.
Massey?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Gumbler?
Yes. Superintendent's special guests.
Thank you. I'd like to start off our school year with recognizing our Buckeye Students of the Month. If you would come down, administrators, principals, to acknowledge our nominees.
From Mrs. Christopher's class, and this is what Mrs. Christopher had to say about Rose. Rose is a positive, hardworking student. She is very helpful and kind to her fellow peers. She has gone out of her way to make new students feel welcome. Rose walks into the classroom with a huge smile on her face each and every day. She is a great listener and always willing to help teachers and her fellow classmates. Congratulations, Rose.
Present Mr. Jacob Satana as the Buckeye Primary Student of the Month. His teacher, Mrs. Sappel, had these wonderful things to say about him. Jacob is a third grade student in my classroom who strives to be the best that he can be. He was chosen to be the September Star Student for many reasons. Jacob is a kind-hearted young man. He's willing to help other students when needed. He always comes into the classroom in the morning with a smile on his face. Jacob demonstrates responsibility, and he's a hard worker in and out of the classroom. He completes his work in the classroom and works hard and always gives 110%. He's respectful to me when I'm teaching and also when another student is talking during a classroom discussion. Jacob strives to be a problem solver. Whenever he has a concern, he will attempt to solve it on his own, and if that doesn't work, he'll come to me. I know it's only the beginning of the school year, but I've really enjoyed Jacob in my classroom thus far, and I can't wait to see all the accomplishments he obtains the rest of the school year. In conclusion, Jacob follows the Buckeye basics and makes him a star student in my eyes. And in talking with Jacob a little bit, he loves, I don't know if it's in this order, baseball, his pets, his sister. Congratulations, Jacob Sakata.
Hi, the Buckeye Junior High Student of the Month is actually on the 7th grade football team. So they're up in Rocky River today, but I was able to speak with Andrew Prusik today, and he's about the finest 7th grader you'll ever meet. Mrs. Simak nominated him, and this is what she had to say about Andrew Prusik. As we start a new school year, working hard and trying to match students' names with faces and all the crazy that goes with the start of a fresh new school year, it's not difficult for a student to stand out for any number of reasons. In this case, Andrew has chosen to set the bar high when it comes to making an impression thus far. A positive one, that is. While we joke already that Andrew is vocal in class with much to say, he's chosen to use his voice in looking out for a friend. Andrew noticed some signs of a friend in need and took action. He would not allow his friend's silent struggle to stay that way. He spoke to an adult, sharing his concerns, and his intuitions were spot on. Guidance was then provided for the young man in need in a timely fashion. Transitioning to junior high is tough enough without added stressors outside of school. To know that Andrew cared enough to put himself out there too, what wonderful hope for our school year, our students, and Andrew as he models what we do here. We take care of one another. Congratulations on this honor, and Andrew, keep being you.
And this is our new junior high principal, Mrs. Connie Kurjan, in her first public performance.
Good evening, I'm Mr. Flood, principal of Buckeye High School. With me this evening, I have two students that I'm going to present to you. The first is Tommy Motz. Tommy is a senior at Buckeye High School. He is a member of Student Council, Huddle, Freshman Mentors, and NHS. He is also involved in Boy Scouts, where he currently is working on his Eagle Scout project, which he just actually completed at Buckeye High School. He ended up painting the entire kitchen in the back, put a stripe around it, and put the Buck logo up in there. So if you ever have the time, please stop in there and see his work. He did a great job with that. He's also involved in many CCP and AP classes here at Buckeye, and still finds the time to work at all of our signs, as well as runs varsity track. And he runs the 400 and the 800 meter. And then he also has had perfect attendance, which this blew my mind when in talking with him, but also reading again. Every day, he's not missed anything here, freshman all the way through where we're at today. He's not missed a day at all. He's been present. Not only has he been present, he's been a part of everything, as you could obviously hear. At this point, Tommy has a 4.303 GPA, and he's ranked 17th out of 210 students, and last year was our prom king. Tommy plans on going to college to study software engineering or computer science, and is currently looking for the school of his choice. Tom Motz. High School is Julia Conrad. She had a prior engagement, but what I love about this most is that her parents showed up and they're here. And I think so very, very well deserving of this. She's a president of Student Council, and she's also been the president of her senior class. She's involved in Freshman Mentors and a Vacation Bible School where she is a crew leader. Julia has also volunteered or been involved in Relay for Life, 4-H, Vacation Bible School, NHS, and has gone on to 2 different mission trips. Julia works at Chill. She has participated in the annual musicals here at Buckeye. She also has a 4.375 GPA, ranked 12th out of 210 students in her class. And Julia plans on going to Kent State next year, where right now her major is undecided. So Julia Conrad.
Our next presentation here is to recognize our Buckeye AP Scholars. Peter Fuller, if you come forward, please.
Good evening. I am Janice Fuller. I serve as the gift coordinator for the district, and I also help coordinate the AP program here in the district. And tonight I would like to recognize our students who have committed to the AP program and have just done excellent work with their time. Advanced placement coursework that is offered. We've got 2 choices. Students can go College Credit Plus, or they can do advanced placement, or a combination of the 2. For our advanced placement courses, students will take an exam at the end of the year. If they earn a 3 or higher, they have the opportunity to earn college credit prior to entering college. So what I love about the AP Scholar program is that we are going to be recognizing some students this evening that have taken a tremendous amount of AP courses and have done exceptionally well. So our first round of awards go to our AP Scholars. And the criteria for an AP Scholar are any students who earn scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more exams in their entire high school career. So we have some students that were taking AP courses as soon as 9th grade, all the way through. So these students that we would like to recognize this year, you could go ahead and advance that. We have some students that have now moved on to college, and we still have some current students. So I'm going to say the names. I'm not sure how many students are here this evening. Jordan Bell, obviously, is not here. All right, Brooke Franz. Emily Greenland, I saw you. We have Alexandra Kell. How about Sarah Cope? August Heath, Tyler Rake, Rack. I knew I would do that. Listen, as my maiden name is Ringsmeyer, I try very hard to pronounce names correctly, so I feel terrible. Neil Sim. How about Savannah Wright? Again, I did get some emails from some of those families for some of those students who are attending college. And of course, college has started, so they could not make it this evening. But again, a round of applause for our AP Scholars. The next level of achievement goes for AP Scholar with Honor. And as you can look at the criteria, these are for students who earn an average score of at least a 3.25 overall on all exams taken. So the average overall, and scores had to be at a 3 or higher on 4 or more exams during their time here at Buckeye. So, with that being said, we have the following students who have received this honor. we have Alex Crooks. Berry has since graduated. Is Dina here tonight? No? She's still congratulating. And Sarah, I know, was not able to make it either this evening. So please give a round of applause. The next level of honor for the Advanced Placement Program, we have AP Scholars with Distinction. These are granted to students who earn an average score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken, again, throughout their entire career at the high school, and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more exams at their time here at Buckeye. So we have the following students that we would like to recognize. And I forgot to say this on the previous slide, and I apologize. Alex, I know that you are one of these students. If I have a little asterisk by their name, that indicated that they did receive a 5, which is the highest score that you can earn on at least 1 or more exams during their time here. So again, congratulations to you for that as well. Okay, so Scholars with Distinction, I have Colleen Buckley. All right. I have Alexander Demogal, who I will talk about again, and I did put their averages up there because I think it's pretty impressive to see their overall scores on their tests. Jacob Smuts, are you here tonight? How about Anthony Thompson? How about Matthew Vitello? And how about Brianna? Okay, well, again, a round of applause for those students. And we had this year, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know the last time that Buckeye has had this level of award. Anyone that has been here a while may know. But we actually had a student who received the level of a National AP Scholar Award. And when you read the criteria for this, it's incredible. So it's for students in the United States who earn an average score of at least a 4. Now remember, 5 is the highest. A score of at least a 4 on all exams taken, and scores of 4 or higher on 8 or more exams in their time at Buckeye. So this was given to Alex Demogal. He graduated last year. I believe he is at The Ohio State University. He took 9 advanced placement exams during his career here. His average score on all of those exams is a 4.44, and he scored a 5 on 5 out of those 9 exams, which is tremendous, a tremendous honor. So even though our AP honored national thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing the academic success with our AP program. Next, we have a presentation from the Ohio School Board Association. Reno Cantapelli, if you would come down, please.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President. Hi, my name is Reno Cantapelli. I'm from the Ohio School Board Association. And the Ohio School Board Association proudly represents all the public schools and school boards in Ohio, in which Buckeye Medina is a member of. Every year at our spring conference, we like to honor those board members who have hit certain benchmarks in their board careers. We start at 10 years, and we like to come back out to their home districts and say thank you for being a board member. Thank you for being a board member for 10 years. So we know how hard the dedication it takes, the time commitment it takes, the time away from family, and so on. And I'll first start, because when I took the job in 2014, I inherited some old certificates, so I had to get the dust off this one. And board member Matson, I should have been out here 4 years ago for your 10 years. That's going back to 2014, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
And then this year, hitting a 10-year benchmark is board member Stahl. Congratulations. Then hopefully your board can come out to our fall conference on October 2nd. We'll be out at the Galaxy Restaurant, so it's a nice evening to come out and hear some reports and our legislative updates. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're going to take a short standing break right here in the meeting so we can take some pictures of our award winners. So if you are an award winner, Vicki, where should we meet you?
Just right back here. We'll take them out in the hallway, please.
Okay, sounds good. All right, we'll continue with our meeting. I see our crowd has gotten smaller. Treasurer's report.
Recommend that the Buckeye Board of Education accept the treasurer's report as presented, including all internal budgets, amended certificates, and appropriations to the county auditor, as on file in the treasurer's office. Copy of the documents are attached to the board members' agendas of this pending day. Budget and purposes statements. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the 2019-2020 budget and purpose statements for the various student activity groups and organizations as on file in the treasurer's office. And lastly, the creation of 2 student activity groups recommended at the Buckeye Board of Education for the following student activity groups: the Junior High Science Club and the Busy Garden Club. And the volunteer advisors are listed later in the evening.
All right, thank you. A motion for the treasurer's report?
Motion.
Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Stahl?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Havarchi?
Yes.
And Humphrey?
Yes. Public participation. The public is invited to speak to any of the agenda items and other school topics. Comments should be limited to 3 minutes. Direct questions will not be answered by the Board of Education members at this time. However, answers will be given at a later date as appropriate. Is there anyone who wishes to address the board this evening? Oh, Sure, come on down. We'll rerun.
They're going to redo it. Come on over. She's.
We won. We won.
Did he get hurt too?
Mrs. Sinai wrote this about you. So I wanted you to hear it and I wanted your parents to hear it. As we start a new school year, working hard and trying to match students' names with faces and all the crazy that goes with the fresh start of a new school year, it's not difficult for a student to stand out for any number of reasons. In this case, Andrew has chosen to set the bar high when it comes to making an impression thus far. A positive one, that is. While we joke already that Andrew is vocal in class, with much to say, he's chosen to use his voice and looking out for a friend. Andrew noticed some signs of a friend in need and took action. He would not allow for his friend's silent struggle to stay that way. He spoke to an adult, sharing his concerns, and his intuitions were spot on. Guidance was then provided for the young man in need in timely fashion. Transitioning to high school to junior high is tough enough without added stressors outside of school. To know that Andrew cared enough to put himself out there too, what wonderful hope for our school year, our students, and Andrew as he models what we do here. We take care of each other. Congratulations on this honor, and keep being you.
Hope you feel better. Little ice. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, we'll go to the superintendent's informational items. We did public participation, but no one said it. So we'll move on.
I'd like to have Junie Holly come down and be recognized. She was the Women's Day Bunch 2018-19 classified recipient Employee of the Year. I'd like to welcome her.
Joni received her award at opening day, and we just asked her to come and make a second appearance.
Thank you.
Item B is our late arrival day, is Wednesday, September 18th, 2019. Item C, our Buckeye Schools Fall Conferences at the junior high, September 19th to the 25th from 3 to 6:30 p.m. Item 2 is high school, September 25th and October 8th from 3:15 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. And the elementaries, October 10th, October 16th, and October 24th from 4 to 7:30. Item D, we have sent out through our email system the Buckeye Local Schools Quality Profile and the Community Survey. Both documents are located on the main page of the Buckeye Local Schools website, and we encourage you to participate in the Community Survey. This has a lot of questions that are going to help guide the district throughout the next couple of years as we really look for input from our community. Item E, we're going to be having coffee chats. Our first one is this Saturday, September 14th at Coffee in the Valley at 9 a.m. And on Tuesday, September 24th, 2019 at the Buckeye Public Library at 10 a.m. And please, the short agenda to kind of talk about some of the things that we're looking at moving forward with the district. And we're looking forward to having questions and have some conversation during those times.
Superintendent's recommendations.
Item A, agreement with Steps Academy. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve an agreement with Steps Academy for Buckeye students for the 2019-20 school year. The Steps agrees to provide educational services and behavioral support for qualifying students. A complete copy of the agreement will be held on file in the Treasurer's office. Item B, out-of-state field trip. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve an out-of-state field trip for the Buckeye FFA members for the National FFA Convention. Their field trip is to Indianapolis, Indiana, is scheduled for October 29th through November 2nd, 2019. The cost per student is approximately $500. There is no cost to the district. A copy of the request is attached to the board members' agenda as Appendix B. Item C, furlough days. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the revised 2019-20 school calendar. The revisions only affects employees who are contracted for 260 days. The calendar lists 2 additional days the school district will be closed. A copy of the revised calendar is attached to the board members' agenda as Appendix C. Item D, revised Tri-C MOU. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the revised 2019-20 Memorandum of Understanding with Cuyahoga Community College. A complete copy of the MOU will be held on file in the Treasurer's office. A copy of the MOU is attached to the board members' agenda as Appendix E. Item E, agreement with the Medina ESC. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve an amendment to the Medina ESC agreement for the services of a mindfulness consultant for the fiscal year 2020. There is no cost to the district. A copy of the agreement will be held on file in the Treasurer's office. A complete copy of the amendment is attached to board members' agendas as Appendix F. Item F, USDA member agreement. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the USDA Foods member agreement with the Southwestern Ohio Educational Purchasing Council, SWEP, for the 2020-21 school year. A complete copy of the agreement will be held on file in the Treasurer's office. A complete copy of the agreement is attached to board members' agendas as Appendix G. Item G, approval of MOU. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the memorandum of understanding between the Buckeye Board of Education and Alternative Paths Incorporated for the provision of behavioral health services to Buckeye students. A copy of the MOU will be held on file in the Treasurer's office. A copy of the MOU is attached to the board members' agenda as Appendix H. Item H, bus routes for the 2019-20 school year. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the bus routes for the 2019-20 school year as on file in the Transportation Department. A copy of the bus routes will be held on file at the board office.
A motion, please. Second. Any questions or comments on these items? Roll call, please.
Savarchi?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Madsen? Compost?
Yes.
Item I, approval to advertise for bids. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education adopt a resolution showing intent to participate in the OSC Cooperative School Bus Purchasing Program at no additional cost and authorizes the district to purchase 2 school buses, Appendix D.
Motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Questions? Roll call.
Mattson? Barco?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Havarchi?
Yes.
Conklin?
Yes. Personnel items?
Personnel, letter A, certified substitutes. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the following certified personnel items as presented. Number 1, recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve Andrew Kochia to work on an as-needed basis at Buckeye local schools for the 2019-20 school year as a certified substitute when not performing his 4th grade job share duties. Substitutes are approved locally to work in any subject area at the district's discretion. Item 2, recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the attached list of certified substitutes tutors recommended by the Medina County Schools ESC to work on as-needed basis for the 19-20 school year. Substitutes are approved locally to work in any subject area at the district's discretion. A copy of the list is attached to board members' agendas as Appendix I. Item B, classified personnel. Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the following classified personnel items as presented. Continuing contract, recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve continuing contract for the following employee. Robin Watson, 3.5-hour elementary cook, effective 9/4/19. Approval of training, recommend that the Buckeye Board of Education approve the following paraprofessionals to attend the mental health first aid training on October 11th, 2019. They'll be paid for 8 hours at the negotiated contract rate as presented. Item C, classified substitutes, recommend that the Buckeye Board of Education approve the attached list of classified substitutes to work on an as-needed basis. I'm sorry. Item C, supplemental contract approval, recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the following supplemental contracts pending certifications as well as resignations effective for the 19-20 school year as listed. And item D, 6th grade camp chaperone 2019, Tim Seeley.
All right, entertain a motion on these items.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Stahl?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Mattson?
Yes.
Havarchi?
Yes.
Conklin?
Yes.
Item E, classified substitutes, recommend the Buckeye Board of Education approve the attached list of classified substitutes to work on an as-needed basis for the 19-20 school year as presented.
Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mattson? Barco?
Yes.
Havarchi?
Abstain.
Stahl?
Yes.
Conklin?
Yes. Item 15, donations.
Recommend the Buckeye Board of Education accept and recognize the following donations to Buckeye local schools as presented. Item A, Wilton J. Bunch 2018-19 honorees donations. Number 1, John Stahl, 2 PJ Marty $25 gift certificates. Item 2, 3D Metals Incorporated $100. And number 3, Call It Sports $150. Item B, a donation of $1,300 from Travelers Center of America Minute Mart to the Buckeye Athletic Department. And item C, a donation of $250 Amazon gift card from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to Buckeye Primary for the participation in the Pennies for Patients campaign.
A motion, please.
Motion.
Second. Second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Mattson? Havarchi?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Conklin?
Yes. Item 16 are board comments. Is there anyone who has a comment this evening? I would just like to say welcome back, everybody. Hope it's a very productive school year for everyone. I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call. Thank you.
Havarchi?
Yes.
Mattson?
Yes.
Stahl?
Yes.
Barco?
Yes.
Conklin?
Yes. It's 7:41.
Right.